All right, hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Social Distancing Social Club. We are hoping that this is working. We had a little bit of technical difficulties, and we are hoping that we can do this without echo. I have to go into the other room for this to work. I'm on the run, but it's going to work. So, meanwhile, producer Michael, can you see the live stream working? Is it happening? Live stream is up. Fantastic. All right, cool. We got it then. This is actually working. Hooray. Okay. So, welcome everybody. While I get this set, I'm going to introduce some of my co-hosts here. The first co-host that we have, obviously, if you've been watching these streams, you have seen him before. Regular on Chelsea lately for many, many years. Also, his comedy special is available on Showtime right now, and the host of the game show Idiot Test, which is available right now on Netflix. Please welcome Mr. Ben Gleib, everybody. Ben Gleib.
Social club. Thank you, Steve Hofstetter, or the Hofstetter, as YouTube knows him. I would never heckle you. I don't have a death wish, Steve.
I appreciate that.
With all I have in my heart. And quick correction note: my special was on Showtime. It's now on YouTube. You can watch it for free. It's called Raanan Hershberg.
Oh, nice.
I would like to welcome now our third host every day here on SDSC. He's a regular on the Bob and Tom show. He's a very fun. It is Chris Bowers, everybody.
Everybody, how we doing? Survived St. Patrick's Day at my house at our first on FaceTime beer pong tournament last night. I lost in the first round. And it's not quite as fun as we thought it was going to be. But we'll work on it. We'll get the rules better. It's kind of fun if you're playing. If you're the six people not playing, it's terrible. So we have to figure out separate rooms to do some shit. But we're going to figure it out, and we're making it work. So I'm excited to be here.
Love that. And let me introduce our celebrity guest for today. This man is a dear friend of mine. You love him. He's one of the great comedians. He is a lovely human being. He was the celebrity judge on that Impressions reality show that I don't remember the name of, but he was the star of Stacked on Fox. He is a international touring comedian sensation, a brilliant impressionist, a wonderful human being. Please welcome Elon Gold, everybody.
Oh my goodness, thank you. Thank you, Ben, for not doing celebrity guests in air quotes. Thank you. I appreciate that, because right now there are hundreds of thousands of people Googling me going, who the hell is this guy? And then Elon Musk will come up. By the way, just for the record, here's my opening joke. I'm drinking in my back office here, right?
Yes.
But in these hard times, we're getting feedback that we can't hear audio from anybody but Steve right now.
Oh boy.
Well, shit.
Right in the middle of my opening joke.
Gee.
Hold on. I'm gonna try to go fix that. I'll get off screen while I do.
Stand by.
In particular, Ben, if there's anything you could do to improve your audio, they're having trouble hearing you.
And your jokes. I'm on AirPods. I'm on AirPods like every day.
All right.
Carmen, might be coming from feedback from yours.
Okay, did that work?
Carmen, just try muting your mic maybe, and just be there for facial support.
Chat. Hopefully, someone else talk and see if they can hear you.
Am I being heard? Is the celebrity guest being heard?
Michael, what do we got?
Can you hear me? Can you hear Elon?
I would say keep talking and let them. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's on delay.
Oh yeah, we won't know for like 45 seconds. So yeah, do your opening joke and let's see if we hear it. Go for it.
Well, first of all, before my opening joke, they couldn't get. This is a pre-opening joke. They couldn't get Seinfeld for this, so they got the Jewish Jerry Seinfeld. Thank you. And my opening joke was normally in my back office I'd be drinking scotch
with my cigar. However, today, in these times where health is the most important thing, I have substituted scotch for
the classic
apple cider vinegar on the rocks, baby.
Is there scotch in there also, or just the apple cider vinegar?
Of course there is, stupid.
Michael, can you hear all of us now or no?
By
yes,
the way,
audio's better.
I just blew my wad and nobody heard it. That's it. That's all the jokes I have today. I had the Jewish Jerry Seinfeld and the apple cider vinegar thing. That's all I prepared. I will do impressions. If the audience just calls out a celebrity, I will do impressions for people.
Oh, I hope they do that, because you're one of the great impressionists.
Thank you.
How about, if people are hearing now, let me call one out right now. I think maybe one of your best impressions. Can you do Howard Stern? Can you narrate what's fucked up with the situation?
Yes, but before I do Howard Stern, I've always said about you, Ben, is that you are a great host and you always remind me of Jay Leno. And yes, and I've done the Leno on Leno. And my favorite thing about Jay is when he would set up a joke. And by the way, for the kids out there, Jay Leno was the host of Tonight Show 59 years ago. And he would set up a joke and he would just sort of trail off where you don't need to hear the punchline. He'd be like, oh, this is good. Hear about this? Read about this in the papers? Hear about this? Tell me about this in the papers?
Guys,
Donald Trump back in the news. Amazing. Hear about this? Donald Trump in the news. Hear about this in the papers?
We got to break.
You don't need the punchlines.
Hold on, Michael. What are you saying in the chat?
The live stream briefly died, but it's back up. It's
Holy shit!
It was the Leno impression that killed it.
So it's okay now?
Yeah, looks like it's fixed.
Okay, cool. Yeah, LA has been having some serious internet problems today. Which, by the way, if that happens, fuck, that's the apocalypse right there.
That's the end.
That's what's.
That's what I've been saying. If we lose Wi-Fi and cell service, there will be chaos in the streets so fast. It'll be such a revolution. Bernie Sanders might win.
I mean, the minute Wi-Fi goes out, I'm literally driving to Indiana. There's no question. We've got the car packed and we're ready. I mean, we're hanging out here, having fun on the internet. But the minute Wi-Fi goes down, yeah, we're jumping in the car and driving to Indiana. We're having army.
Yeah,
I'm going to Mexico.
How about my house with 4 kids, 2 teenagers, and 1 10-year-old girl obsessed with TikTok? If my internet goes out, I shoot myself.
And none of us will be going to your house, Elon. That sounds like
that is correct.
I like the idea.
4 kids and 2 80-year-old parents hold up and can't get back to New York.
Oh my God! No way.
There were lines around the block at various gun stores, and for most people, it's because what if shit goes down? We need to protect ourselves. And Elon's like, what if shit goes down? I need to end this.
Exactly. By the way, for the record, and I just told my wife this, I know everyone's out there buying guns, but I'm the proud owner of a CO2 pellet gun. So if you come to my house and loot, I will graze you and just hurt you for like a sting for a second, and then hopefully you'll back off. I don't have actual bullets, though. I could use a real gun.
I have a prop gun at my home. It looks very realistic, but it does not function at all. So all I can do is show a criminal, I got a gun, motherfucker. And if he calls my bluff, I immediately die.
There was that actor who killed himself accidentally with a prop gun. So don't mock prop guns. They are illegal.
John Eric Hexon, man. I remember that.
That's correct. Very good. And wasn't there a guy named Brandon something who also...
Brandon Lee. Brandon Lee was killed by a prop gun, but somebody else shot at it. And they put live rounds.
Right. So, Ben, you can mock prop guns all you want. But they are dangerous, man. By the way, I also have this, which is a gun lighter.
Well,
I will burn you.
Elon, that plus a can of deodorant would probably do a little bit of damage.
That's
true. That.
I only have 2. I have 2 things. I have my Lugo Slugger Laughs baseball bat. I got when we launched the Laugh show from Steve Hofstetter. Has my name on it, so I can hit people with that. And then I also have a flamethrower in my cabana by my pool. So.
Wow. By the way, I love how 5 comedians are starting the show with talking about how we could murder you. It used to be how we could kill on stage. Now it's how do we actually kill people? Not kill audiences, murder people. What do we have in our homes that if you invade us?
We just know how vulnerable we are, and we're just trying to make sure the audience knows.
I also love how Chris Bauer's apocalypse escape plan from intruders into his home is, hold on, let me go to my cabana and grab my flamethrower. Also, did you steal that from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, or is this your real life?
That was the movie reference I was making. Yes, thank you for getting the joke,
okay,
Ben.
thank
That's the
God,
joke.
thank
That's
God.
the joke I was doing. Yes, apparently not that well, but you think I actually have a flamethrower. It's
Well, with the fire that tuxedo jacket is.
Yeah.
If anyone was going to own a, yeah.
The cabana and the smoking jacket, he's living a life, I think.
All right, let's go. Are we getting any super chats coming in, Michael, or just some regular questions are cool too?
We had just super chats about how the audio was fucked up, but now it's all good. So yeah, basically.
By the way, where is Sarah? No offense, fellas, but our only eye candy hope right now is Sarah. Where did she go?
So
we
the
haven't
audio
introduced
on
our
mine is a
comments
little
yet.
bit messed up. I can't really hear you guys, but I think once my headphones get charged, I'll be able to hear you a lot better. But right now it's like really quiet, so I'm like just like sitting like this, just trying to listen, and I'm not really saying anything because I don't want to say something that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about because I can't hear you.
Also, by the way, Elon, I think Bowers is going to be really offended. He puts on that jacket for you, and you don't consider him eye candy? I think that's awful.
I do apologize.
Also, you might not have swiped enough on your video call on your phone, but there's another beautiful woman in the chat, by the way, who's there laughing along with us.
Can I see her? Can we
if you swipe to the right, if you swipe to the right, you can see more people.
No, she didn't.
Carm, try and unmute your mic. See if it works okay.
I just read that the only people making any sort of income right now are these web gals. So Bowers, if you could remove your jacket and shirt right now, make some money.
Why are you coming to me on that? Come to Bowers on that.
No, I think what we do is we do a reverse super chat where I get naked, and the more people money people give it to us, the more clothes I put on.
That's good. We can do that.
You know what I mean? It's
we can do a reverse strip.
Here's $100 to not see his penis anymore. Here's $100 to not see his food. Here's $200 to cover his head up with a bag. I get what we're doing. All right.
Now that's a solid plan, but also I feel like once you've got like a couple jackets on, we're probably going to stop paying at that point. We don't need to see more jackets.
Right.
I think if there's a possibility that he takes off one of the jackets, though, we immediately have to pay more.
True, that's fair. That's fair. I'm sweating. I'm about to pass out. You better hit me up.
I just tweeted. I was just saying. I just tweeted yesterday that I think that Adam's apples are the new nipples and should be covered. They're just. No one should be looking at Adam's apples anymore. You know what I mean?
Especially when someone swallows, it gets real exciting.
Right. Wow. By the way, speaking of funny tweets, I don't want to brag, but I did lay down a really good one earlier today.
Tell us.
Everyone's saying it in 9 weeks, in 9 months, there'll be so many babies. I want to say in 9 weeks, there'll be even more divorces. I don't know if you're all married out there, but I've been married for 25 years. And yes, I know I look amazing. But when you're cooped up in your home with your spouse, things suddenly just turn like that. And any slight marital issues are exacerbated. I literally have my lawyers on auto dial. It's just like at any moment it's going to happen. Oh, is someone commenting? Do we have comments? What's this?
That's just within the chat. Ignore those. Don't worry about that.
Oh, okay, fine. What are people talking about, though?
Michael, what else we got on the Q&A coming in? What do we got?
We got a lot of questions that are not really appropriate, honestly.
Okay, fair.
I'll share one thing. The internal chat from our audience member, Jeff Miller, actually also a buddy of mine, he just said the baby boom generation from these the kids made during this will be probably referred to as the quarantines.
Like as they
teens.
I heard perennials today. They're the perennials the next generation.
Yeah. I actually think that it depends on your politics. Like half of the people are going to call them the Chinese generation. I appreciate the late laughs on that. I thought that was very
Chinese people already had 1 billion people already taken over the planet. They thought, how can we get even more people that we created? They had to do it through spreading a virus to the planet and having us make our own babies, thanks to them. Thank you.
I was real high last night and said to a friend, do you think viruses are the Earth's white blood cells? I think we're the virus, guys. Like we're the one that.
Yeah.
And you ever start making a comment about Chinese people trying to spread their seed by spreading a virus, and while saying this joke, you realize both A, it's not going to get a big laugh, and B, this is now on the internet, and I shouldn't have said that, and I could be canceled for saying that.
Yeah, that's real relatable.
This whole thing with the Chinese, I had such a good hunk of material about the Chinese that I can't do anymore because everyone just thinks immediately virus. But I'll just give you a perfect example. I had this great joke that I've been doing for the last year, which is, I always wonder, whenever I see Chinese tourists, do Chinese tourists walk around going, oh my God, I made that?
Well, you also are because there are no comedy clubs. But aside from that.
Oh, wait a second. What happened to them?
Also, how often seems to be the way that Asian tourists love to take photos next to landmarks, but only by themselves. They'll be with their whole family, and they'll trade off one at a time posing next to the landmark. That's not a joke. That's just a genuine question.
That way, if your brother dies, all your pictures won't make you sad.
Oh God.
I have a question for the super chat. I'm curious what people are doing in their self-isolation. Is everybody self-isolating? What are they doing to keep the boredom away? Do they have any tricks? Anything
just
that's
a quick
driving them
question.
crazy?
Is self-isolation code for masturbation? I just want to know that.
Of course it is. Yes, it is.
Because yes, we're doing a lot of that. Isn't it weird that just a few months ago we were all just angry at Louis for masturbating in front of a few people? Doesn't that seem trivial nowadays?
Now the planet's dying?
No, but isn't it crazy that the Me Too movement is now ending with no one's allowed to touch anybody?
We got a super chat from Deanna G. She says, I'll pay for Bowers to keep his clothes on.
Yeah, that's the plan. See?
How much did she throw in to say that?
$1.99. That's how much it was worth.
All right, jacket's coming off. You got to give more money if you want to keep clothes on me, motherfucker. That's not going to work.
Oh, there it goes.
Just wanted to point
out. $2 per button.
There it goes.
Also, just wanted to point out quickly that our audience members joining us here live in the video as well will have a chance to, in addition to be in our live audience to provide laughter, we'll ask a question before the broadcast is over as well. So please hang tight. You will get a chance to chime in. Elon Gold, you were going to do your Howard Stern impression.
My Howard Stern. All right, Sarah, can I use you for this impression? Do I have permission? Okay, Here we go. This is Howard Stern talking to Sarah. Here we go.
Well, this is very exciting, Robin. Let me tell you something. That Sarah is so hot, and I have a feeling she is not wearing panties.
All right, you can't really do impressions like this.
That was great.
No, that was
very funny.
That was a solid start.
I mean, we are in a quarantine. I'm not going to wear anything extra right now.
Right? We don't need that. We don't need that. It's anyway. Does the audience have any requests for impressions? I want to hear from the audience.
In the super chat. Now, Elon, how deep do your impressions go? Like, if someone super chats, throws in a couple bucks, can you try to match an impression?
I will do anything. My favorite new impression that I've been working on is Ving Rhames. You know, the big black guy from Pulp Fiction?
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, because he always sounds like he's about to cry. I just want to say that I'm not very happy right now at this juncture. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on in the world with this virus. And I want to cry, but I can't right now.
I love that.
If you have an impression for Elon to try, whether it is in his staple or not, please super chat us. Like $5, any impression.
Yes,
and he'll give it a shot.
But $20 for the Goldblum. I don't just give away the Goldblum.
The Goldblum is the best you'll ever see. You got to do 20 for the Goldblum. Also, a lot of people don't know. I know Elon knows it, but I actually started as an impressionist. I don't do that much, but if Elon can't do it or it's not in his arsenal, I'll try if I can.
Well, give us one, Ben. Don't just drop that without giving us one.
Okay, fair enough. Well, I'll give you then my Trump, since he's kind of a little bit responsible for this situation that we're in right now. Let me just say, as the President of the United States, I take zero responsibility at all, okay? A lot of people think the President is in charge of the country. No, I disagree. Okay? Tony's responsible. A lot of people said Tony shouldn't have disbanded the whatever, the pandemic. I don't understand big words. Okay.
Let's do Trump talking to Trump. Trump to himself.
Yes.
To Trump.
Okay.
Go ahead. You start.
Donald, I'm stressed out. Okay. The people are finally turning on me. There's no rallies, no crowds. Tell me what I can do to get my MAGA people back.
Okay. First of all, Donald, I know a lot of viruses. Okay. I know so many viruses. I know more viruses. I know a lot of people who have viruses. I know more people than there are people. How many people are there? 7 billion? I know like 1 trillion people. Okay.
I don't even know what you're saying, because I know the best viruses. A lot of people say I know the best viruses.
Donald, you have the best viruses. I have some of the best viruses in all of virus universe. Okay.
That's ridiculous, and that's a nasty thing to say. Okay.
By the way, these are two of the worst Trump impressions anyone's ever done.
Michael, do we have any super chats coming in to make Elon or Ben do some impressions?
Yeah, actually, there's a problem with the super chats. People are saying Z Bunster said again, problems donating, guys. But then Heather gave $5 and said, "Thanks all. If you could ask one question to any person, living or dead, and get an honest answer, what would you ask?"
Any Persian at all? I would go Maz Jobrani or
I'm going Maximini for any Persian.
You may have missed her.
If we have a problem in the super chat, well, we can answer that question first, and then I think we should maybe introduce our first comedian to do 5 for us.
Well, so the super chat, by the way. So Michael, super chats did come in, so that's positive. So let's answer this question first, and then let's introduce our first comedian.
I would do Johnny Carson. I love him. Never got to meet him, and he's my hero. It's why I'm an entertainer. Or George Carlin's why I'm a stand comedian. So any of those two would be amazing.
Yeah, but what would you ask them?
I would ask them. I didn't know that was part of the question. I don't have something for that.
By the way,
why don't we just ask them anything?
One of my oldest bits was called Dirty Johnny. And the premise was like Johnny always had to be clean on NBC, but in his real life he was like filthy and always drop an F-bomb. This is Johnny Carson's HBO special, and then we'll hear yours, Ben, okay? This is if Johnny Carson had a cable special.
Okay. Funny story. I was fucking this chick. Now this is true. I'm banging the shit out of this broad, and she says to me, "Wait a second, there's something wrong here." I said, "What's the matter? You don't like it when Ed watches?" When Ed watches.
Yeah. One of my oldest bits. You want to hear the first bit I ever wrote? First bit I ever wrote was Casey Kasem. Remember Casey Kasem? This is going back 25, 30 years.
Yeah.
Casey Kasem and his family. Yeah, where everyone in his family talks like him and everything is American Top 40. His son comes home, he has a cast on his arm. That's the setup.
Hi, Dad. My son. I'm Casey Queso. I know, Dad. Son, what happened to your arm? Well, Dad, here it is. I was climbing a tree and I fell 4 notches to the ground. Well, if you'll excuse me, Dad, I gotta go to the bathroom and make number 2. Okay, son, but while you're in there, keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for the stars. Anyway.
That's so funny because
that's so good.
My first stand-up joke that actually got a laugh and enabled, as a comic, you need to get that line that gets your first laugh, and then the audience can relax. And I was bombing a little bit in open mics, and then I just did this very quick one-line Casey Kasem joke that got my first laugh, and it went something like this. I'm Casey Kasem. This song hit the charts at number 10 and moved down 9 notches to number 1. Tupac Shakur with fake-ass bitches.
All right, can we introduce our first live stand-up right now?
Yeah,
we'll do that.
Chris Bowers.
Raanan, you want to go first, everybody?
Yeah, I can go first.
All right. Cool. This next comic is one of my very favorites. He's originally from Louisville. That's where I met him. He lives in New York now. He's on the Late Late Show with James Corden. He just had an appearance on The Cellar on Comedy Central the night before this all blew up. So I want to get Ron on here because the minute his career is about to take off, the whole country fucking shut down. So these are the people that we really are trying to help out. And I love his voice and his jokes and just the way his brain works. So without any further ado, Raanan Hershberg, everybody give him a big hand. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Chris. Thank you. Chris looks like the Russian doll I just came out of, I think, at this point. Well, I'm going to just do all the jokes I wrote about coronavirus in the last couple of days. Here we go. It happened. Trump finally fucked up. It took 4 years, but he finally made a mistake. I knew this was going to be bad a week ago when Planet Fitness sent me an email saying they're going to wash all their machines regularly now. That's when it goes bad, when Planet Fitness starts giving a fuck. That's when you know we're going through some hard times. My favorite people in the coronavirus thing are the ones who are doing the hygiene shit now that they should have been doing the whole time. The people are like, ever since the coronavirus, I've been brushing my teeth every day. I've been wiping my ass until there's no more shit on the toilet paper. You can't be too careful. I used to eat directly off the subway floor, but now I'm like better safe than sorry. So my parents asked me to stay with them during the pandemic, and it was a hard choice because, that could either result in me spending 2 months with them or inadvertently killing them. So I decided to not do it because I could not live with myself if I ended up spending 2 months with them. This is tough for me though, because I'm I'm a hypochondriac. This is Ben. I'm sure you're a hypochondriac, right? The Jews in here, Elon,
yes,
right? This is the Jews' greatest test right now. The greatest challenge. I'm a hypochondriac, and my twin sister is a worse hypochondriac, but she's one of those cocky kind. Like a couple days, this was about 3 weeks ago, before all this shit. She saw a couple moles on my back, and she was like, "A couple of those moles look suspicious, but you should probably get a second opinion." I was like, I do not consider what you just said a first opinion. What the fuck do you think you are? That is an opinion to get an opinion. If any, that is a suggestion. That'd be so shitty if I went to my doctor and I was like, I was just with my twin sister, and now I'm here for a second opinion. And after you, I'm going to talk to my mailman, and he's going to break the tie. Why are you crying, doctor? Anyway, she was a little insulted because she's a dermatologist, but I still feel strongly that she's being condescending. Anyway.
Forgot, yeah.
That just took a second.
Skip the tag.
But
the rest of the
I was like, damn, that really bothered. That was all right. It's fun with this. I can't tell. At first, no one laughed, so I was like, I guess there's a delay in the feed. and then I realized I'm just bobbing. That was fun. I am a bad hypochondriac. I went. Have the Jews in here? Have any of you? Do you all get panic attacks, or anyone amongst you all?
Every now and then, sure.
Nope.
Every now and then. Have you ever gone to the ER for a panic attack?
No.
That's fine. I did that twice already. The last time I did it, it was a 3-hour wait, which sucks because you can't complain about the wait when you have a panic attack. You can't be like 3 hours, but by then I'll feel good again. Now that there's no more sports, that's great because I never knew anything about sports to begin with. It's awesome. I never have to be stuck in a sports conversation. I don't know shit about sports, but the sad thing is, I recently that lack of knowledge recently bit me in the ass. This is a true story about 2 months ago. This girl I was seeing sent me a nude. It was a picture of her naked wearing a Yankees hat. But I'm such a fucking idiot. I thought it was a Mets hat. And I ended up texting back. I swear to God, I ended up texting back. Suddenly, I'm a Mets fan. That was literally the worst thing I could have done.
Hilarious.
She sent me a picture of her. What?
Does that joke come with photo evidence?
Visual right now. I haven't become a prop comic yet, but I'll let you know. Elon, by the way, great job. I love how you're talking about how pretty every woman is. Great job keeping sexual harassment alive, even post-pandemic.
Thank you.
But honestly, this is a great time to be Me Too. No one gives a shit at all. So, let's see.
By the way, I didn't know a compliment was sexual harassment.
Oh, Ranan's never got one.
Yeah, Louis C.K. was so complimentary all this time. But that'd be so funny. It'd be so funny to come back to Elon. Oh, it was like, anyway, all right, sorry. So I got that anxiety. I go to my therapist, and my therapist is 26, and she's really hot, which is a problem. Do not go to a young, hot therapist. It turns out you will not be honest to them.
Everything's great.
I will lie just to impress them. I will. Last session, she asked how my OCD was going, and I was like, terrible. The other week, I made a woman come, and then I had to do it 10 more times. I'm a mess.
That's amazing.
I think the most important thing now, Trump is. By the way, also, I just thought this today. I don't know if this is. I can't wait till a bad comic dies for all this, and I can post. The world just got a little funnier.
That's great.
Serious question. Is it safe to go to the gym right now and fuck someone there who has COVID-19? Is that safe? I'm on Prozac. I got up the dosage now. But before I got on, I started reading the drug reviews for Prozac. And I want to read you my favorite drug review for Prozac. This is from Scott, an actual drug review. After taking Prozac, I started to feel no emotion. My wife and I would argue, and she would call me a walking zombie. I didn't want to have sexual relations with her, and that took a real toll on our marriage. Other than that, the medication worked great. I started taking Prozac right after reading that. That's how you know it's a good drug. That's how you know it's a good drug when it ruins someone's life and they're still like 4 stars. That's how you know it's good. Nothing in their external life is affecting it. That should be every ad for Prozac. I lost my house. I lost my family. I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, but this is this is a scary time, and I'm trying to be more assertive now because we might be in a Mad Max situation soon, and I'm not assertive. I realized that 2 days ago when I found myself walking 2 blocks behind a very slow pigeon. True story. And that's a very, some of these are just Some of these are just tweets I hope will do better now. But anyway, what else?
These are great. How do we follow you on Twitter and Instagram?
Oh yeah. I like this new version. I like this new version of getting the light. How do we just go? These are great. How do we follow? It's so much better than the light, Elon.
No, he's doing an impression of the
true.
light.
I was trying to promote you and your great jokes.
Elon just gave me the light, and he's not one of the hosts. Elon,
I'm trying to promote you. You're amazing.
Thank you, I appreciate it. I'm so far.
No, we're gonna plug you at the end, but please keep going. Bring us your closer, and also please super chat tip Raanan as he's performing. Hilarious. Bring it home.
Thank you. All right. Well, Trump is of course talking about the China virus and stuff. So I just want to say, the most important thing right now in all life is you got to make sure there's no racism in your heart. That really is the most important thing. You got to make sure there's no racism in your heart, because once you get dementia, that shit's coming out. Coming out. You can hide it for so long, and then you get dementia, and the robe is coming off. Dementia is just God hacking your private emails. That's all it is. It's just WikiLeaks for the soul. Dementia's weird too. Dementia's weird. It'll make you forget family members, but not that you hate a group of people. That's how deep hatred is. People with dementia are like, I hate Puerto Ricans. Now who are you and where am I? That's it. That's my time. Thank you so much. I'm not gonna lie, this felt good. It felt good. I haven't done stand-up in I don't know. Well, it's actually only been a couple days, but this was nice. Yeah. Thanks for having me. And you can follow me. You can follow me at Instagram at Raanan Comedy. That's Raanan. It's a very stupid name, but that's Raanan Comedy. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. And yeah, come follow me. I need some followers for when civilization possibly comes back, you know?
Excellent. And by the way, so for those of you in the super chat, if you enjoyed that, make sure to tip, because that is how the comics get paid. So if you like it, throw in a couple bucks right now. Producer Michael, do we have anybody who's been super chatting?
Just got a super chat from Steve Mills, $1.99.
Thank you very much, Steve.
Thank you, Steve.
Oh, yeah.
Excellent. And do we have any questions or feedback or anything for Raanan?
I love that joke about the dementia, man. That's a solid joke.
Thank you, buddy.
That one.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it.
I got to tell you a story. This is embarrassing, but Chrissy, my girlfriend, and I were getting intimate a couple weeks ago, and one of your jokes, I was stoned, and one of your jokes popped in my head, and I just kept giggling the whole time. She's like, "Why are you laughing?" I'm like, "There's stupid Raanan jokes in my head. I can't believe I'm doing this now." It was like so like emasculating and terrible, but we've been laughing at it for 2 weeks. So.
What was the joke?
It was the dog collar joke. I love that joke.
Oh yeah. Oh, thank you. I want my jokes to pop into everyone's head when they're having sex. So that's the goal.
I guess we know who was doing doggy style now. We know the exact position you were doing.
No, it was the shot collar. It was the shot collar that made me think of it then.
I love how we do it on YouTube Q&As, and it's the first question I get is that, how did the Jews cause this?
Right, exactly.
I have a fairly Jewish-friendly channel based on...
Oh, that's right. Oh, you're Jewish, too. There's a lot of fucking... I keep on forgetting you're Jewish, too. Yeah, the red hair, yeah. You look Jewish, man. Are you Jewish?
You're not asking me Elon Gold, are you?
The girl who popped up. Who is that? Am I hallucinating?
Yes, there is no...
That's an audience member. It might be Sarah, but it's an audience member, probably.
Yeah, that's probably Sarah or Carmel.
No, there's a brunette also that keeps popping up.
The brunette is Carmel. That is actually my girlfriend, and she's Jewish.
She's Italian. Oh, she's Jewish. So you,
that's your girlfriend, so I should stop masturbating.
Probably.
Anyway.
Well, or if
this is taking so...
$25,
by the way,
keep doing it.
This this jerking off session for me is taking so long because every time I see your girlfriend, man, it then cuts to Steve.
I also love how Raanan accuses Elon of sexual harassment for compliments during his set, and then his next joke is, "So I want to fuck my therapist."
It's amazing. I clocked that too, man. Thank you. I clocked that too.
I think you actually were doing sexual harassment. It was just kind of funny because you were like, "Where's the hot one? Show her. There's a hot girl in here."
Yeah.
Elon's been married for 25 years.
25 years. I take what I can get.
And then you're like, "Are you wearing panties?" I feel like
Who's doing Howard Stern?
He's doing Howard Stern.
I feel like I got a conference call with Harvey Weinstein.
With all of this and you being hard on me, I will say you were hilarious. Your jokes are amazing. I love your style and I love your voice. And I don't just mean your comedic voice. I mean literally physically you have this fun, cool, raspy quality voice and you're just so likable. So this from tonight you should blow up after this.
Thank you so much. Not only do I take away the sexual harassment things, I will blow you to get better in my career. Tell me what I have to do.
And it's so funny. It's so funny that you said this feels good to do stand-up because it just made me think the last time I did stand-up was 2 Thursdays ago in San Diego, and my opening joke was, "Good evening and welcome to the last public gathering here on Earth," and I was kidding. But Jesus Christ. It happened. It literally happened. Yeah. By the way, that show ended with a standing ovation. Not important right now, but my point is.
Yeah. Oh, well, who else is on the show?
My opening joke in Edmonton as my last show right before everything locked down was, I said to the crowd, "It's really great to be here. I hope you appreciate it. I've traveled very far to be here today. I came directly from Wuhan, China. And I feel pretty good." And then I talk to the crowd. And I tell the story is that immediately after I left, coronavirus spread throughout all of Wuhan. I've been home sick for 2 weeks. So it might have been me.
By the way, has anyone talked about what a fun-sounding name that town is for the beginning of this terrible tragedy? Right. It's like a town named after an Al Pacino catchphrase.
By the way, the last show, God forbid we don't get to do any more live shows, because the last show I did was like a charity show at a cancer clinic in LA. So of course, even when this is like in the very early stages of people being scared, people whose immune systems are compromised should not be going out in public. So I get to the show and I recognize Maximilian Lockwood was the host, and I see him in the hall and I go, "Hey, how are they? How's the crowd?" And he goes, "Well, their names are Ed, Gina," and he just like named 5 people. I was like, that's the last show that I did.
Gina's pretty good. Ed's kind of a dick, and then look out for Larry. He's a little handsy.
My last show was at the Cellar, and we all had different microphones we had to plug in. And it was okay. I was doing well, but on my I was doing pretty well. And then I was like, all right, this will be good. I'll close strong and crush for a while now. I'll remember the last. And then on my last joke, right at the closure, the cord just fell out of the microphone. And then I ending my set.
The cord falling out of the microphone.
I just told everyone.
Go ahead.
Oh no, sorry. Jesus Christ. I just told everyone I was Chris Bowers, and then got out of there.
Cord falling out of the microphone during your big closer is known as the Elon Gold.
Wow.
Elon.
By the way, Raanan, speaking of you dropping big credits that you work with Cellar, which I do too, but that's again not important. I just want to say that in next week's episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm, I was cut out of it. If you think this Corona is bad, try getting cut from Curb Season 10 final episode.
Hey, Michael, can we go to the chat? What do we got?
Yes, absolutely. For Raanan, we have Z-Bun gave you $10 and said you had me at dementia.
Oh, hopefully you'll give me
Gave you it again.
Rebel gave $5 and said to a commenter, "You can heckle Steve, but it's a minimum super chat of $50." And then Running Wild 23444 gave $100 and said, "Steve, here's the money I was going to spend on your Portland show."
That's
so nice.
So nice.
Well,
So nice.
I hate to tell you that tickets to Portland were only $20, but
Well, merch, drinks, food, all that stuff you have now. Just a can of beans at home.
yeah,
This is like this is such a
very
weird.
much appreciated. Thank you guys. Thank you to everybody who is supporting this.
Yes, that's so nice.
It gives us a chance to not only showcase comedians that you might not know yet, but it also gives us a chance to hang out with our friends and get laughs, and I hope it gives you guys a chance to forget about shit for an hour. So, do we want to bring in our second comic?
Yeah, let's do it. Sarah, you're ready over there, Sarah?
Yeah, I'm ready. Sorry.
All right. So that's all right. So this is one of my very best friends from Indianapolis. She is great. You're gonna love her. Give it for Sarah Huntington. Let me hear you.
Yeah. Let me make sure you guys can see me good. I have this nice little pink microphone. Yeah, that's who said that? I know that was Elon that said that. No panties, got a dildo, she's ready. No, but my dad got me a karaoke machine in just a different form every year for Christmas, so that's how I ended up with this little guy. I have 6 karaoke machine things now. No, but ever since this happened, like my grandma's been calling me a lot more. I think it's like I just don't have the excuse that I'm at work anymore. So she just keeps calling. She thinks that I have the answer for the coronavirus. She's like, "Well, you've got that high school diploma, so you should know what's happening." Insulting to the people working on this, because first off, I have a college degree, Grandma, and my college degree is in creative writing. So the only thing that I could give this coronavirus is like a cool slogan, a nice jingle.
Cool slogan.
Coronavirus, helping hoarders everywhere.
Hilarious.
Seriously, I think the people that are gonna come out from this the best are hoarders. We've been making fun of them forever, doing reality TV shows about them, but that newspaper that they saved from 1981 is gonna come in handy with this toilet paper shortage. So I can't really blame my grandma though. I mean, like, she doesn't have a high school diploma. I come from a really small hillbilly ass town. I've been staying with my boyfriend a lot since the coronavirus. Been acting like a complete fucking psycho. I was like, so like if your roommate came in and he was like, "I have coronavirus and we only had one face mask, would you give it to yourself or would you let me have it?" It's like, why are we talking about this right now? We're really different. Like, I'm the first white girl that he's ever dated, and I lost my virginity on a lawnmower. So, pretty different.
Oh, God.
Like, I'm from the type, not like a shitty lawnmower, like one of those 360 turn boys. Like, we're a hillbilly, not poor. But like the type of town, like the first drug I ever did was huff gas out of a 4-wheeler. Like the type of hillbillies, like my family still thinks Myrtle Beach is a good place to go on vacation. But I took my ancestry DNA test because I wanted to know if I was ethnic at all, since I am the first white girl that he's ever dated. Turns out that I am 90% Wales, I'm 9% Sweden, and I'm 1% Congo. We'll get there. I was running this joke by one of my friends, and she was like, she thought the part where I said I'm 90% Wales was the joke. Like, don't say you're a whale, Sarah. You're not even that big. I'm sorry, I don't drink kale smoothies and do cocaine like you, Katie. I don't drink kale smoothies. But yeah, I did find out that I am 1% black, which, like, isn't a lot. I was wondering how 1% DNA could get inside of me like that. But it is a mouth swab test. I think I should have just like brushed my teeth before I took it. I don't know. I'm just worried, like with this coronavirus, I'm gonna start doing like crazy things being quarantined in my house. You know, like probably gonna end up cutting my bangs or dyeing my hair a different color. Tattoo shops are still open, which is concerning to me because I'm gonna get a tattoo. I have like 7 tattoos already, and the first one was from my uncle in a trailer when I was 16. So like, I'm not scared. I can get right now. I have a very large thigh piece tattoo because I like for men to know that I will try and save the relationship with my mouth ahead of time. The reason I got this huge thigh tattoo is I went through a breakup, like most girls do when they make bad decisions. And I went to this tattoo shop, and I know a lot of listeners aren't going to know where this place is, but it's called Muncie, Indiana. If you're not familiar with Muncie, Indiana, it's a place where there's a lot of chain restaurants and used car dealerships, and it's not a place you go to make permanent decisions. But I walked in, and there's one girl there. I told her, I was like, hey, I've been thinking about it for about 30 minutes now. I'm gonna need a jellyfish tattooed on my leg. She was like, okay, it's $100 an hour. And I was like, well, how long is it gonna take? She's like, I don't know, I've never done this tattoo before. Looking back, I think she said I've never done a tattoo before. I think she was just the receptionist. But she was like, well, how much do you have? And I lowballed her because I've been to a Mexican flea market before. Been to a yard sale, so I said I got $100. I said, all right, we'll get it done in an hour then. I don't see how this can go wrong. Do it. So we go back there, I get a jellyfish tattooed on my leg, and this is how it went wrong. I don't know if any of you have thought about what a jellyfish looks like as a 2-dimensional shape when you make it the color pink. Penis.
Oh, boy.
Ended up with a big penis on my leg. Let me tell you, there are 3 things you should not lowball the price on. It is lawyers, prostitutes, and tattoos. Because you will end up with a dick on your leg. All right, I think I'm going to make that my time. Thank you, you guys.
Yeah.
As always, if you enjoy the stand-up, please make sure to super chat, throw in some tips. They go directly to the comedian who is performing or who has just performed. So throw in some tips, and the comedians will make some more money. That's the way it works during these trying times. I also just want to really quickly point out that Chris Bowers did go to college in Muncie. So
yeah, no, I went to
that's important to know for that bit.
Yeah. I got an essay. Well, I took my SATs, and I went to a college that took 400 points less than what I got, so I wouldn't have to study.
Fair.
So they took a 700. I got like an 800, so I went there because it was easy.
A lot of people doing racial jokes, I noticed. Who wants to hear my new racial joke? Sure. Let's go. So here it is.
Oh, God.
Oh, strap on for this one. So this is, I love all people. That's a big part of my act is I talk about, different, between blacks and Jews. I grew up in the Bronx in a neighborhood that was very mixed, and blacks and Jews are very similar. We like to say that they don't so much, but we have so much in common, like a shared history of enslavement, our common love of chicken, and our enormous penises. Also, the other thing blacks and Jews have in common is the name Leon. If you happen upon a Leon in your life, he's either going to be one of 2 types of people. It's either going to be, hi, this is Leon, I'll be doing your taxes. Or, yo, this is Leon, I'm about to do your taxes. That's right, that Leon's an accountant too, you racist assholes. So the new joke is, off of that, I talk about how I really do have zero tolerance for racism, for racial slurs. And in my house with my kids, I tell them, I don't ever want to hear a racial slur out of your mouth. In fact, in my house, my kids aren't even allowed to use the word vinegar with the hard R. They got to be like, hey, Dad, can you pass the vinegar? That's a rule in my house, just for the record. This is good. How about this? You about this?
That's very exciting. Very Elon Gold, everybody. Elon Gold.
My next guest is a very funny young comedian.
Does anybody who is our live audience have any questions or comments? Anybody who's here in the live audience feed?
Got a super chat from Ronnie Coffee for $1, no comment, but they did donate. And then a Cougars Club, $20. Steve, marry, fuck, kill. Your mother, your father, Canada Air.
Wow.
Oh shit. Okay, I assume they mean Air Canada because I very much hate that. Also, I do appreciate the support, but asking me to fuck, marry, kill my parents is a little that's a little fucked. Can I, you know what, I was gonna say I would kill myself to avoid the question, but I think I would sooner kill Air Canada. So that is how much I hate them. I would kill Air Canada.
Tell us the story, Steve.
Before I have to decide between the other two.
Steve, what is behind your hatred for Air Canada?
Okay, have you ever ordered like $300 worth of pizza, and instead of them giving you pizza, they just sent you to Toronto? That's basically what happened. I was supposed to do a show in Ottawa. They made me connect through Toronto, and then they stopped flying. They canceled my connecting flight, and they didn't refund me. They were just like, "Well, we got you to Toronto. That's good, right?" No.
Steve. Well, that's very, very funny and all. If you think comedians are hurting, let's not hit the airlines right now, please. Let's have sensitivity. Let's have some sensitivity towards airlines. They're suffering.
What he say? He said Air Canada's not an airline. It doesn't count.
Yeah, we're still allowed to hit the bus companies, right?
Okay,
yeah,
so we can shit on Air Canada and Southwest. All right, anything else? Yeah. Fucking Greyhound.
How are we doing, by the way? I realized I'm down on my phone now because we had some technical issues, so I had to leave my computer upstairs and do the broadcast on there while I'm down here on my phone. So how are we doing on time? Where are we?
Well, we started about 10. Yeah, we started about 10 minutes late, so I don't know how we want to.
We got about 5 minutes or so.
A little bit more time. So can we get a couple more questions, Michael? What's going on? Any super chats or questions?
Yeah, we just got a super chat from Scott Walkers, $2. He said, Sarah needs more subs. Thanks for the jokes. Sound is not good.
All right. Yes, we know the sound is not good. We had a last-minute technical difficulty. It wasn't even on our end. It was on YouTube's end. They would not let us live chat through Zoom, and so we had to do a crazy workaround that involves my computer's microphone. So we know it sucks, and we're working around it. I think
the problem is YouTube is
digitally right now.
The problem is YouTube. The problem is that YouTube is owned by that mom and pop shop Google. So they just don't. They can't quite get the handle on technology just yet.
Yeah.
Knowing that there are sound issues and some lag issues, I would like to take this opportunity to debut my brand new impression from the CDC, Dr. Anthony Fauci. Everybody.
Oh, let's hear it.
Dr. Anthony Fauci.
Yeah.
Dying virus. You fucked up. Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Nicely done. Very specific.
Thank you. Jeff Miller, did you have a comment or a question? Dinosaur onesie?
Yeah, man, dude, like this is the greatest excuse to wear onesies of all time. The fact that you guys are not all in onesies, you're really missing out on a major opportunity. I have a closet full of onesies. I'm just going through them, and it's a onesie a day. But early in the broadcast, you guys asked what people were doing to spend their time. My girlfriend's sitting next to me on the couch, and she's over. I gave her this as a Valentine's Day present, which I'm very proud of. It's the Jason Momoa coloring book. And
Nice.
Everybody watching know that this is what she's been doing with her time. It's fantastic. She's done a great job. On Jason Momoa, I think he's parasailing over the city. I don't know. But on her behalf, her name is Claudia. Claudia is an amazing artist that I didn't know about until she started doing, colored pencil painting of Jason Momoa. So if you're looking for something to do, I highly recommend the Jason Momoa coloring book.
Well, I gotta say, as soon as 2 months of my tour canceled, all I could think of was finally I can catch up on my Jason Momoa coloring. It's been hanging over me for so long.
Is a bit of a celebrity himself. He has a great band called the Black Crystal Wolf Kids. Check them out on YouTube since we can't see things live.
Yes, absolutely. And do we have, Michael, do we have more coming in through the chat? It doesn't have to be a super chat. It could be anybody.
To see another onesie in here. Bauer's got a onesie.
There's check it out. Hole in a really weird place in your onesie.
Oh my God.
Shit, sorry.
You know what?
I didn't know you could see that part.
That's the other part. The other part I didn't talk about is no underwear in the onesie.
I'm pants on.
My issue is right before this happened, I had sent all my onesies to get dry cleaned, and now I can't get them back. Do we have Michael? Do we have more questions, whether they're super chats or not?
Just some positive feedback. Thank you so much for streaming, Steve. Much love and support to the others. And then somebody asked, could you do a Mr. Mezeeks?
Ben? What? I don't even know who that is.
From Rick and Morty?
I was honestly hoping you guys would know who that is.
I think that's from Rick and Morty.
I don't even know what that means, so I can't do it.
You're asking.
By the way,
whoever asked that is asking people way too old.
Oh, whoa!
Hey, shots fired. Ben's 27. Don't talk shit about him.
What is Sarah's handle, by the way? People want to follow Sarah Huntington. What's your IG or Twitter?
It's Sarah Pop-Tarts on both.
Oh, I like that name.
Thank you.
Easy to remember. Not like Raanan comedy. No one can spell it. You're going to get no followers.
That's why I have no followers, yeah.
I spent 5 minutes trying to tag you on Twitter before we went live, and I said, fuck it. It's my head.
Story of my life, yeah. Steve, do you really think there'll be no more live shows after this?
No, I think there will be. I'm kidding around.
All right.
I think it's going to be a year, though, for real.
I think it'll be a few months.
Oh, and Sarah just found her Santa suit. This is fantastic.
I just heard that there was good medical news coming out at the end of this week that while the vaccine could take 14 months, there is like sort of treatment that's going to really help this along, and that's coming out at the end of it. And I have the inside source.
He's a Jew, yeah.
I actually. What's been amazing is
self-hatred Jew jinx. Yeah.
In the chats, like in the chats from the live streams, because you get all kinds of people, and so in the chats from the live streams, every now and then you get like a conspiracy theorist who's just telling us how to cure corona, and be like, they don't want you to know. Right. You combine this chemical with that chemical, and then twist it in a counterclockwise motion. It's like, fuck off. You're in your basement. Stop it.
Well, there was a cleric in Iran who was literally telling people that they should put a special essential oil on their anus to cure coronavirus.
Wow.
He was like, but I have to apply it. It's only when I apply it.
Beware of the eves of March.
Why is everybody doing wardrobe changes? Am I missing?
I don't have a
Elon, I think this is the first time in my life I can ever take credit for starting a trend. I feel very good about it.
That's amazing.
It's like a flash mob all of a sudden.
This is what happens when you join our live audience. You can end up influencing the show and get Bowers to put his onesie on that. And I love also that Bowers went from tuxedo to onesie.
Yeah, this is my girlfriend's onesie, actually. I can't believe I'm skinny Bowers right now, or medium Bowers, so I can fit into it. So,
this is the fastest downward progression in someone's life ever seen.
I don't believe that it's the girlfriend's onesie or that there's a girlfriend.
That's fair.
All right, before we wrap up here, Michael, do we have anything else coming in from the chat?
No, we're all good.
All right, excellent. Thank you to everybody who was watching, and let's do some plugs. Elon Gold, where can they find? I know you plugged Raanan stuff earlier. So if you want
Again,
to
I could not be
on Twitter.
Yes, I will not be seen on Curb Your Enthusiasm next week, but sure. What is it? My Twitter handle, my Instagram, it's at Elon Gold, ELON, GOLD, and I have a special streaming on Amazon Prime. Fun episode of Crashing.
Very good.
You can see on HBO. Thank you. And I'm releasing stand-up as much as I can now because we can't do it live for now. But thank you guys. This was fun.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming on. Really appreciate it. Raanan, remind people where they can find you.
At Raanan Comedy, RAANAN Comedy. I post videos all the time, so you can check them out. And listen to my album, Downhill Ever Since, on very apt title. Downhill Ever Since. a little too on the nose, honestly, but Downhill Ever Since.
Recorded it this morning.
Yeah. Listen to that on Spotify or whatever.
You want to hear on the nose the name of my tour this year? And it was because I talk about darker stuff. The name of my tour this year is Bring Out Your Dead.
Wow.
My tour was called We're All Gonna Die from Coronavirus. I named it.
Hey, Louis C.K.'s next tour is called Bring Out Your Cock.
Sarah, where can people find you? I know we just talked about it, but give it one more time.
I also want to comment, you always know people's age if they say the at before. Like, we are aware that Instagram and Twitter is at and then your handle name, all right?
Ouch.
Oh, is that for me? Fuck, is that for me?
Both of you said it.
Hold on.
I said it too.
You're under 30.
It doesn't help that I have
at before.
It doesn't help I have my reading glasses on.
What do you call it?
If it works
What if you
into the
say,
sentence, what if you're like granted it sounds old if you say you can follow this person on Twitter at, but what if you just say you can follow them at Raanan Comedy? Does that not sound old?
That's still old?
It's just like, I always just say my handle is Sarah Pop-Tart.
Oh, your handle.
What if you say, hey, you know I forget what it's called. You know that key on the typewriter?
Yeah. It's ampersand Bowers Comedy. I mean, I accidentally FaceTimed a friend while looking under the couch for my reading glasses 2 days ago. So I've come to terms with being an old person.
quick, last moment. Sometimes we get a super chat last minute. If we get a super chat of even $10 or over, Elon Gold, maybe would you do your Jeff Goldblum on the way out?
I'll do it for nothing, but yes, support the comedians here, including me. So let's do this.
Very kind of you. So not yet. Let's see if a chat comes in. We'll come back to you. Continue our plugs. Steve, back to you.
Okay, so Michael, you're saying we have chat. What's going on?
We just got a super chat of $9.99 that says thanks for the laughs.
Wow.
Well, that's not quite $10. I don't know what we can do here.
Yeah, that is so nice. But you couldn't have gone the extra mile. I mean,
can you shout out, Michael? Don't forget to shout out the username when people chat in.
Dave Trevino. Thank you so much, Dave.
Dave Trevino, by the way, has given the stream before, and we very much appreciate that. We do recognize our frequent visitors and our frequent supporters. You folks are wonderful. We understand that no one in the world has a job anymore. So we do very much appreciate you spending your last scraps of money on us, so that we can in turn spend it on toilet paper. Chris Bowers, you want to plug your stuff?
Yeah, at Bowers Comedy, because I am 36. So at Bowers Comedy on Twitter and Instagram. Chris Bowers on Facebook.
MySpace.
But very interesting. My pre-sale for my album Unpopular Opinions drops tomorrow. So the pre-sale will be tomorrow. The album drops April 7th, I think. So Unpopular Opinions. That's all irrelevant now, probably, but it should still be available. So hopefully tomorrow you can buy the pre-sale. And with that, thanks for coming out, guys. We appreciate all the guests.
Excellent. And Gleib, what about you?
Thank you all for being here. This has been so fun every day, getting to create a comedy club experience in the palm of your hand. we bring a comedy club to you. Just make sure you wash your hands. That's all we ask. Don't spread the coronavirus now through the phone. That would be.
You look like Indiana Jew right now.
You can follow Raanan, by the way, in case you didn't get it, at Raanan Comedy. That's R-A-A-A-A-A.
Use that. It's only 2 A's and then an N and then an A.
R-A-A-N-A-N. Fine, fair enough.
My
You can
parents
follow me
thought
at
of it
Ben.
all high playing Scrabble.
You can follow me. You can follow me at Ben Gleib, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Follow me handle. Follow me handle at fuck. I gotta say that every time. My podcast last week on Earth. I summarized the world every week for the last 9 years. My guest this week is Maz Jobrani, dropping in a day or two, and taking you through news, politics, pop culture trends. My special Neurotic Gangster on YouTube. Follow me on YouTube, youtube.com/bgleib.
And by the way, with that hat, you don't look like Indiana Jones. You look like Florida Jones. But
also watch Idiot Test on Netflix.
Thank you. Yes, and as always, you guys already know my stuff. This is my channel. You know me. You can follow me at http://www. You guys know my stuff. Before the dog is rushed away. We're gonna say thank you to everybody, and we're gonna end.
Wait, hold on. Can my niece say hi real quick?
Yeah.
You want to say hi to people? Come here. Say hi to everyone else.
So cute.
Hello.
Just wave. Say hi. This is a lot of people right now.
Hi, Cutie Pie.
Hi.
She does not look like she wants to say hello.
I think she's very confused.
She's like, it's not a lot of people. This is one computer.
Man, that was so not worth giving her corona right now, you know?
We'll end on the Goldblum. Somebody just yell out a premise. Jeff Goldblum doing what?
Stuck on a boat because he's afraid of touching anybody from coronavirus.
Here we go. I like the ocean. It's good. It's very good. But also very polluted now. Yes. But not polluted in the sense that you're all thinking about. It's polluted. It's polluted with I got nothing. I was going for something and I got nothing.
Good.
That was awesome.
All right, goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
We'll see you tomorrow.